The Hyannis Yacht Club will host a new regatta this year. A popular road race is moving from Sandwich to Barnstable. Plus, we get details of an alleged abduction with Police Chief Paul McDonald. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Tuesday, May 5th, 2015. I'm Sarah Mantle. The Hyannis Yacht Club will add a new regatta to its lineup this summer. The club will host the New England Club 420 Championships, June 25th through the 28th. Yacht Club steward Mike Murphy presented plans for the event during last night's Recreation Commission meeting.
This would be the New England Club 420 Championships, hosted at the Yacht Club. The first 2 days, Thursday and Friday, would be clinic days. Saturday and Sunday would be race days. We need access to the Veterans Beach adjacent to the club, to the north of us, and the Veteran Beach parking lot.
Commission Chair Kevin Turner discussed the benefits of hosting the regatta with Director of Leisure Services Patty Machado.
I'm sure the local Chamber of Commerce is appreciative of that as well.
Yeah, no, the whole thing. I mean, it's nice that we are able to. We work very closely with the everyone over at the Hyannis Yacht Club. And we've had a great experience and a great working relationship. If there's a problem on my end, problem on their end, we're able to almost fix anything just between us. So we have a great relationship, and it's been awesome.
Michael was very helpful with us with the sailing situation we had with the conversations previous this year. So
yeah,
I'd love to be able to accommodate them.
Great to work with.
We have our volunteers that police the driving in and out and the unloading of boats.
Yeah, great. If it's a regatta, you'll be parking.
Yep.
Those people. So they do a very nice job. We don't have the staff to physically park. If you go down there in the Fagawi, we don't fit anywhere near as many vehicles into that parking lot. Those guys can squeeze some people into that lot. It's unbelievable. It's perfect. You know, we don't line the lot, so they fit them all in.
How about trash cans, cleaning up, stuff like that?
That's
They
our
do all that.
responsibility.
They help us with that every day. So yeah, they're a wonderful partner.
Following the discussion, the Recreation Commission approved the event unanimously. A popular sandwich road race is moving to Barnstable. Organizer Gary Cundiff told the Recreation Commission last night that Barnstable will be a great home for the Girly Girl Parts 5K.
Representing the Girly Girl Parts 5K run walk for ovarian cancer. We've operated 5 years out of the last 7 at Sandwich, raised...
Can you just speak into the mic?
Sorry. We've donated over $400,000 to Dana-Farber, and last year was our best year ever. Over $100,000, over 900 run walkers, and Sandwich is... They're disappointed to lose us, but they had some damage to their parking lot, and frankly, we had kind of outgrown the lot. So the details are September 20th, the race starts at 9 o'clock. Probably volunteers arriving 6:30 in the morning. And then the previous day, September 19th, the Saturday, we would have 4 large tents being set up in the eastern parking lot of Craigville Beach, starting at about noon. And we also have a packet and registration pickup that would occur in that parking lot from 4 to 6:30 that afternoon. And then race, as I said, arrival 6:30 in the morning on Sunday. Race starts at 9 o'clock, and we hope to be out of there by noon. We do have a dumpster being delivered Saturday afternoon. That will be picked up Sunday afternoon. It's been donated. And approximately 10 to 15 trash barrels around the parking lots. 4 large tents, as I said, 10 porta potties. Fire department has approved it, and they'll have an EMT present. So okay. I guess any questions?
And the board voted unanimously to approve that event as well. An alleged abduction yesterday in Cotuit has many residents on edge. Barnstable This Morning host Sarah Colvin talked about the incident and other happenings this morning with Police Chief Paul McDonald. We share a portion of that interview with you now.
Well, wanted to start, Chief, by talking about a relatively new story. I heard a bit about this on the news on my way in this morning, an incident that happened over on Putnam Ave in Cotuit. Tell me a little bit about what's going on.
There was an attempted abduction yesterday afternoon about 2:30. A young girl getting off the bus, a high school bus. She was dropped off on Putnam Avenue at the corner of a street. When she exited the bus and started walking home, she noticed that there was a pickup truck appeared to be following her. She used her head. She did not go directly home. She walked by her house because she was in fear. She did not want the person to know where she left. Unfortunately, the road ended in a dead-end area, in a dirt road section. The individual then got out of the truck and tried to drag the young girl into his vehicle. She did a great job. She fought back. She kneed the individual. She kicked the individual. He then slapped her. But she was able to break free, and she ran. He then appeared to have panicked, got in his vehicle, and he took off. She ran back to the house, notified her parents, and the parents called us, and we are continuing with the investigation.
Indeed. Any idea if the suspect, if the victim knew the suspect at all, or was it a complete stranger?
It appeared to be a complete stranger, but he appeared to be some individual involved in one of the trades, judging from the vehicle he was driving, the way he was dressed, and some other physical evidence that we found at the scene. So we're going after this full bore.
Indeed. And do we have a description of that gentleman if people are, kind of keeping their eyes open? Are you looking for people to do that?
He's described as a white male, approximately 5'10" to 6 feet tall, thin build, with short, thick, dark brown gray hair. The vehicle is a faded orange or reddish colored vehicle with some rust on it, either a GMC or a Chevrolet, with extended cab in the vehicle. We did do a reverse 911 call last night, notify the entire town, and of course all the parents of all the students in town. And I know the school, they also did a reverse 911 call also, just to make sure everybody's aware of what's going on, and just to be a little more cautious today on the way to school.
Indeed, certainly good, and I think that this situation looks like the girl did a good job in fighting back. I like to hear that. At least.
She did a great job. Also something we are concerned about too is just look at some of the intelligence across the state. There was 3 or 4 other attempted abduction within the last 10 days across the state. Worcester, Uxbridge, and Fall River area. So these do not appear to be related. From the information we got from other departments and reading the reports, the individual and the vehicles involved do not seem to match at all. So.
Indeed. Chief, wanted to talk about another investigation that resulted in the arrest of 4 people. And this was on C Street at 250
Right.
C Street. Tell me a little bit about what's
That was
going on
last
here.
Wednesday and last Thursday. One arrest heard on Lewis Street. They got Kenneth Barrows, age 45, and Robin Combs, age 52. They are frequent flyers with us. We deal with them many, many times. They've been arrested, 50 to 60 times. With them, we were able to confiscate approximately 65 grams of heroin. The next day, we executed a search warrant at 250, I think it was 250 C Street. 2 individuals from Boston, and a quantity of heroin cocaine was also picked up from that address.
Indeed. Anything else, Chief, of significance that has happened over the past week?
Well, besides that, and then of course tomorrow we get the appointment of 2 deputy chiefs. We've been operating with 1 deputy chief for the past 4 years. When Deputy Chief Martin retired almost 4 years ago, Deputy Chief Tamish, who's been with the department for almost 40 years, he has announced his retirement. He's actually just burning up the rest of his vacation time, then he'll be gone. So we have 2 new deputy chiefs who will be sworn in tomorrow. Detective Lieutenant Balcom and Lieutenant Sonneman will be sworn in as new deputy chiefs tomorrow at 10 o'clock. One will be taking over the Administrative Investigative Service Bureau, and the other one will be taking over the Field Service Bureau.
Chief, can you tell me a little bit about the process in looking for and hiring and appointing these new deputy chiefs?
Sure. We are a civil service police department, so we have to call civil service. We tell them that we are looking for deputy chiefs, and they then arrange for a written examination. We give all of the candidates within the department, anyone with the rank of sergeant and above, are eligible to take the test. We give them 6 months of study. After the test is given, we get the grades back, and depending on how number of openings we have, it depends on how many names we get down the list. Because we have 2 openings, we got 5 names come down the list. With that, we then look at their background, what they've contributed to the department over the past 26 and 20 years respectively, and then they go through the interview process. And this time we did a little bit different. We were great. The town manager was involved in it, and then a retired chief from Waltham down. We did the interview. We took the number 1 and 2 officers off the list. These are very experienced, knowledgeable police officers. They've been with the department, and they're going to be a great resource to the town.
And you can hear from Police Chief Paul McDonald every Tuesday morning on Barnstable This Morning. The hour-long news program airs weekdays at 7 a.m. On tomorrow's show, we will chat with Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce CEO Wendy Northcross. We'll have our weekly veterans segment, monthly veterans segment. Plus, we'll have all the news and information you need. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mantle.